favorite part.
Right?
I love that you said that.
Action! Hello everyone, I'm Jeff Snyder. I've devoted over 2 decades of my life helping Americans across this country save and plan for their financial future. I'm starting out on a journey to educate Americans and help get people in this country saving. Join me as we go on the roads to retirement. Hoboken, New Jersey is home to a sprawling amount of bars and restaurants, a major hub for transportation, and the birthplace of Frank Sinatra. It's also home to GoRow Studios and my favorite personal trainer and gym owner, Garrett Roberts. Nobody is better at motivating people to get out of the cold and onto a water rower, where your heart rate will hit 140 within the first 5 minutes.
We're here in Hoboken, New Jersey at GoRow Studios, and I'm here with GoRow owner and head trainer, Garrett Roberts. How are you, Garrett?
I'm doing good, Jeff. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having us. And what are some of the benefits of rowing? Why should people consider this as an exercise?
Well, it's really ultimately the full body workout. You're working pretty much every muscle group in your body where you can actually burn the most amount of calories in the least amount of time in the most efficient way. It's very low impact, and it's a great alternative to other exercises out there, such as running or spinning or any other workout.
Just to be clear, it's not just rowing. There's a lot of things that happen here at GoRow Studios. There's weight training, there's flexibility, there's stretching.
Yeah, I try to incorporate all aspects. So not only is the rowing a large portion of the class, about 70% of the class, but I also incorporate sport-specific weight training to make you a stronger, more powerful rower.
What's the general makeup of your classes in terms of age, demographic, etc.?
My youngest client's 7. My oldest is 82. So, the majority of the clients that come to my classes are somewhere between the 30 and 40.
Could you share a little bit about your background? Because I think it's so fascinating. Not only are you an accredited and certified trainer, but you actually have trained collegiate athletes to row.
I was kind of exposed to rowing my whole life. I grew up on a lake. We had a boat behind the house. We had a rowboat, canoe. We used to have canoe races in the lake. My parents had a place down on Long Beach Island. They had a boat down there, so I've always been on the water or around the water. So I first became really interested in it really in high school, where I got to meet a few of the collegiate rowers on the Princeton University crew team, and realized that first of all it was a great workout. Secondly, it's a really competitive sport. Basically how I got into it is just being around it my whole life and being on the water.
And so GoRow Studios is 7 years old this year, right? Yeah. And I wonder if you would take us through the evolution of GoRow.
So I actually came up with this routine about 20 years ago for several college crew teams. Before I opened up GoRow, I was working at a gym just as a personal trainer, and I'd always come up with new routines. So I would try out this routine with a lot of my private clients, and then about 8 years ago, I mentioned it to a few of my clients, thinking this will make it actually a pretty cool class. And I was taking spin classes, couldn't stand spin classes. I was taking other aerobic classes, and I was like, all right, this is enough. I've been around for years and years. Let's come up with something new and trendy, and kind of like a new fad kind of thing, And so I was living in Hoboken, and I was actually looking for a condo to buy with my real estate agent. And I told her about the idea. She's like, Garrett, rather than looking for a condo to buy, let's look at some commercial space, because the idea you have about a rowing studio is a really good idea. So I'm like, all right. So found this space. And,
that's amazing.
It's a 120-year-old factory warehouse building. I got 10 rowing machines in here with the stretch mats and then the dumbbells here. And so I wanted to keep the class small because rowing is such a technical sport. That I really wanted to make sure that I was able to keep an eye on everybody in the class. Yeah. So if somebody comes into the class that has any orthopedic concerns, any lower back issues or shoulder or knee or whatever, I could kind of improvise the routine for them a little bit, and so they didn't feel any sort of pain, or I would have them do something a little different than the rest of the class.
What do you really love about training people every day? Because it's not really a job for you. This is like a passion of yours.
It's got to be really the gratification that I get from just helping people. It's the best feeling in the world is when somebody like yourself comes here regularly, realizes that they really love the workout, that they have a good rapport with me. It's just because it's the most gratifying job.
Yeah, I mean, when you're coaching somebody, you're giving part of yourself to them and trying to help them along in their journey.
Right, yeah. And kind of see like the long-term effects it has on people when people, lose 50, 60, 100 pounds sometimes after however many months, however many years, and they say, thank you.
I found Garrett's business strategy to be as lean and effective as his workout session. After an hour at GoRow Studios, I left feeling fit and 1,000 calories lighter. Unlike Sinatra, I did it Garrett's way, and I'm glad I did. As Americans, we put so much of our energy into our families, friends, and pursuing our passions, often living for the moment to the detriment of our futures. What's clear to me is that we're all on our own path, but it's so important to balance today with being mindful about tomorrow. I hope you have enjoyed these conversations. I'm Jeff Snyder, and I look forward to meeting you on the roads to retirement.